Hey guys, surprise! I'm giving you guys a video a little bit earlier than I promised. So I've just come off the back of some rather grueling night shifts. Got home, watched a new Game of Thrones, which was very exciting, very tense. Went to sleep, woke up, realised Turin had dropped a new video. Quite sleepily, I just clicked on it to give it a little watch, and realised he was playing against me, which is rather exciting. Of course, I didn't know at the time I was playing against him. He was under a different alias. But me and my housemate, we watch his videos all the time in our downtime between work. So it's very exciting to see myself play. So I've got pretty hyped up, and I thought, you know what better way to celebrate? I'm doing a video of my own, do a bit of free-for-all madness. At 2 in the morning, give it to you guys. So let's get it underway. I'm playing Dark Elves. When I joined the lobby, I saw I was going to be against some Lizardmen. So I've gone for a quite anti-large build. Got 4 units of Dread Spears in the front. Nice spearmen, cheap, solid, good anti-large. I got 1 in the back protecting my Reaper Bolt thrower, which is going to be my artillery for this game. So I've got 2 units of Cold One Knights just on either side, ready to pop in, do that anti-large damage. A couple of chariots, and my lord and leader is the Reaper himself, Malekith, on his dragon. Now he's got a couple of spells with him today. I've gone for Blade Wind, which I thought would be quite good and free for all, just to cheer up any chaff, get some big points. Same with the Soul Stealer. He's got Gaze of Malice and a few other little bits there, like Word of Pain. He's accompanied by a little dragon. So I look across the field. My main idea was to go for the Lizardmen, and what do I see? Krotgar on a dinosaur, leading a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 feral carnosaurs. I don't panic at this point. I'm thinking it's fine. Okay, I've prepared for this. I have a lot of anti-large and a lot of spearmen. And what do I see behind me? Betrayal. And surprisingly, not by the Skaven player over here. By Tomb Kings, who himself has just a mass of Tomb Scorpions. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Scorpions, a couple of heroes over there. And the Skaven are all the way over here. I think they've got a little bit of a gun line. So as you can see, guys, I start to panic. I start drawing my spearmen over, not sure how many to leave on the front line. I realise the Tomb Kings are slightly faster, so I start moving my guys over here, pulling my dragons back, who are venturing out. So we do a little bit of poke damage there with my bolt throwers, but this is where the main action's going to be, and the main fights. So I haven't actually got the Tomb King DLC myself, so I'm not 100% sure how strong everything is. I wasn't even sure what a Leech Priest was. But I just jump headlong with the dragons, do a couple of breath attacks, start charging over the cold ones and let them do what they do best. I was just going savage and poking down some of these Tomb Scorpions. At the same time, my front line is completely crumpled by these feral carnosaurs. So that's what they're there for, right? I'm just trying to hold off the enemy here and deal as much damage as possible. So for you guys who don't know, free for all works on a point system. It's not last man standing. If you last man standing, you do get a points bonus, but it's the amount of damage you've done. So in you go, guys. So I've managed to pin and isolate a few of the Scorpions. What I'm trying to do, surround them with cold ones, get the chariots and pin them in place, and let that anti-large really do the work. So you can see my chariots are trying to pin down a few of their characters. This dragon's left up here, or the other dragon and cold ones getting in there and trying to do some damage. However, I am taking horrendous amounts of damage back. I really wasn't prepared for this type of madness. And as you see, my front line is completely crumpled. Luckily for me, my opponent is chasing off, which is good for him. He needs to get those points. They could come back. However, it is giving me a little bit of a chance to deal with these Tomb Kings. And as you see, I've actually taken an early lead. I've been absolutely hammered on 2 sides, but my big dragons and my Cold One Riders with their anti-large are doing some serious damage in return. See, this Scorpion's nearly doomed. I've popped Word of Pain on him there to make him a little bit weaker. Minus 44 melee attack. And 60% accuracy, but he doesn't really worry about that. Doesn't have any ranged abilities as far as I'm aware. Managed to get a nice little charge on their lord here as well, Cetra the Imperishable. As you guys can see, the snipers of the sneaky Skaven are slowly getting into range. These guys are sitting on the edge of the battlefield at the moment, very classic Skaven, sniping in some of these big targets, trying to get some points. As you see, my main army is pretty much routed. I've just kind of got my big single entities here. I'm trying to fall back to the edge of the map as much as possible, recover as much spearmen as I can, and try and stay away from these nasty carnosaurs as much as possible, while doing as much damage as I can to the Tomb Kings. You can see here another Tomb Skin on his own here. He's doing some damage, but these guys are really paying for themselves. They got 0 kills here, but the amount of points they were getting is quite large. Well, the dragon's just floating around trying to do some damage. Unfortunately, as you see, my Cold Ones are getting pretty heavily depleted, and half my army is routing. At this point, I'm really playing. The Skaven can come in, and at least distract the Carnosaurs while I try and clean up as much as possible, but it is looking rather bleak. Now I'm trying to stay on the edge of the battlefield with my Cold One chariots. Originally I was charging them in, trying to do as much damage. I was kind of in a bit of a panic. But now I'm just trying to kite away and snipe some of these big targets and get as many points as possible. Because as you see, I am in the lead still at this point. So Malekith, I saw he was going to get a bit trapped here by 3 of the different Tomb Kings. I wasn't 100% sure what a Leech Priest was, of course. I have not played 2 Kings really before. I wasn't sure how much damage he could do to Malekith. Instead, try sniping out their lord, Cetra the Imperishable, who is going to be running and cackling away as he does on his little bone horse. Oh, looks like another Tomb Scorpion might be breaking here as the big wave of Carnosaurs just come charging it. So the Tomb Kings here are doing a little bit of a tactical retreat. I cannot blame them. They don't want to deal with any of these Carnosaurs. They're trying to do what I'm doing, just trying to get as many points as possible. If you can't win the main fight, don't panic. Just pull back and try and get points from wherever you can. As you see though, Malekith is chasing down their lord with his buddy dragon here. Should be going in a second. At least I hope so. There we go. Come on, crush him. Cetra's trying to squirm and wiggle away there. He is starting to break. Boom, down he goes, taking down their leader. However, looks like the Skaven have got us in their scopes now, and we're trying to take flight. So as you can see, most of my army has completely broken. I have a few rallying troops over here, cold ones, so I'm trying to skirt round this Skaven army. Whilst the Carnosaurs do their work, and I want the Carnosaurs and the Skaven just to damage each other. Now I've spotted something, which my opponent has also spotted. And over here there's some Plague 4 catapults. They're super slow, and the Skaven had a long march. Skaven are quite fast. These ones have been left behind by my opponent, so I'm trying to fly my dragons over there to get the 3 points. However, I had to fly over the enemy army. I've just dropped a little soul stealer here to try and keep Malekith alive, because the snipers are trying to pin him out. It's a very good play by my opponent. As I fly over, all his bullets go into him. However, he has managed to make it down to the Plague 4 catapults. That should be some good free value. Very frustrating, I'm sure, for my opponent here. He's just walked his horses all the way around the map, only to find out that I've got here first. Dropping a Gaze of Malice right there, throwing some of these dirty Skaven away and breaking. So at this point, guys, it looks like how my dragon is kind of just twitching back and forth. That's because I'm manically clicking over here, trying to get him into the air. I saw he was taking a huge amount of damage, and realised too late that I should have gone backwards. These catapults here were pinning him in place, and down goes my lord, which isn't very good. Trying to get this dragon up. Looks like he's just going to be able to squeeze through, getting back into the air. I do have my chariots over here to fight their way through some rat ogres who are anti-large. It's a very bad situation. I could just skirmish out wide, try and bring these ones back, get as much points as I can. Now the Carnosaurs have gotten into this game. These poor spears we can see getting thrown around, tail swiped there. Carnosaurs raw victorious. And he's in a good situation here now. He's in 3rd place at the moment, but most of his army is still intact. All his punching power is still there. There's a lot of points he can still get for the Lizard. And the snipers have turned face, but they spent so much time taking down my lord over here that actually the Carnosaurs have kind of sunk into their army quite bad. It might be a bit too little, too late. I have seen Tomb Kings might be rallying over here. Now I saw my opponent was trying to chase down these Plague 4 catapults, okay? Take that damage that I wanted to take and take it from me with a couple of his heroes there. So I do swing down, scare off his hero a little bit before trying to go clear up, get these extra points over here. I am bringing back the Cold One chariots. This one did luckily manage to rally. So I'm just going to be clearing up, trying to get points while my dragon's trying to hunt down these mages. What we really want to see here is Carnosaurs throw rats left, right and centre. Apologise guys, my throat's a little bit off today. I've been doing night shifts recently, so I'm very tired, but I just wanted to celebrate with you guys. So you can see the Carnosaurs are rampaging. I'm sure my opponent doesn't mind. Any target is a good target for a nice hungry feral Carnosaur. Over here we see Crocodile, who has taken a ton of damage. I'm assuming my opponent was trying to snipe him out with the snipers like he did my lord, but he is amongst the enemy now. And there we can see the damage he can do, just throw in plague points all over. Skaven are in a big rout at the moment. You can see the Tomb King is trying to be rather sneaky here, sneak in and get as many points. Unfortunately him, he's now lost all the way down to the bottom. As you see, my dragon was just clearing up the chap over here, as my Cold One chat's been very sneaky, hide on the edge of the battle, trying to hit this big target. All these bad guys got a bit of a sore throat. So as we can see, scorpions are laying in, the carnosaurs are laying in. Poor Queek down there, Queek Headtaker, trying to fight for the Skaven. Getting a rather nasty view there by the looks of it, and he's just getting tossed around like all the rest of his rat folk. The opponent's doing a good job here, just cleaning up these chaff as he does go. Didn't do the initial damage, didn't chase them down. Now I'm not 100% on the rules of how the point system works. So if someone's running away and completely shattered and you're chasing them down, I'm not sure if you still get points for attacking them, or if once they're shattered, whoever shattered them gets the points. But either way, good work by my opponent there, just cleaning up the outskirts while the real fight's going on in here. An absolute monster match between Carnosaur and Tomb Scorpion, throwing each other around. And these poor little rats trying to hold their ground amongst all these giants. Now at the moment, I'm still got a fairly considerable lead, but the dinosaurs are starting to catch up, as we can see. Queek here, being picked apart by this feral Carnosaur. He is one brave rat though, braver of his kind. At this point I'm just hoping to get the chariots in, do a little bit of range poke, try and get some points, and try and get out of range. But at this point it looks pretty certain the Lizman player is going to be the last player standing. I want to get as much distance as possible on these points for any hope of victory here. But I'm not giving up, never give up until it's completely over. You see my dragon is finally coming back and chasing away those rats. They just wouldn't seem to shatter, they would keep running away. Let's keep chasing. He's very fast, but he's a bit lumbering, the dragon. And all the time, my opponent has been picking up his nice points. Now the problem for the Skaven player, being so far away from the battle to start with, his army did get to survive into the late game where you can try and pick a lot of points. But unfortunately, by the time he got here, it was just a monster mash, and the monsters were well and truly designed here. As you can see, they all charge in. Looks like the rats are all broken, so the one player down, just a couple more to go. So I'm chasing down some of my opponents over here who has just shattered, so I'm not actually sure if this is picking me up any points. Doesn't seem to be, but I chased them down anyway, just in case. Rats doing a rather strange animation there to get him pushed aside. So again, much like before, where I snuck around to try and get some points, I see these heroes over here, two wizards, so I send round my cold ones and my dragon is on the way. Feral Carnosaurs over here, taking the high ground, we all know how that goes. They're just there waiting for the dragon to come over. I'm not going to give them the opportunity to try and get some points. That is very close. At this point it looks pretty unlikely, but you never know. I might be able to sneak a couple of points back, maybe do a bit of damage, just about hang on to my lead. As you can see, the Carnosaur chariots, not Carnosaur chariots, oh that'd be amazing, getting some chariots led by Carnosaurs, but unfortunately these are Cold One chariots coming around the side as the dragon swoops across the water. These poor, very petrified undead. As you can see, just right on their chase there, Lizmen holding up the top. And as they try and make their escape, what's this coming up over the ridge for the cinematic shot? All style points with the dragon there, coming down and trying to swoop on top of these nice squishy targets. My opponent here, not wanting to be left out. All the Carnosaurs have got the scent now, and they're going to be charging in for the final clash. As you can see, guys, this Lich Priest is not having a good time. It instantly starts to break, and when undead break, they don't run away, guys, which is very nice for them, but they do start to crumble, so they lose HP points. So everybody's running away here. He's taking small amounts of damage as he's trying to escape one threat, going straight into the monster mash of the other. A little bit of a swing and a miss there, but then he swoops back round, isolates this mage, and down he goes. Very victorious there. And like I can see this Carnosaur leaps in, and just about misses me, so I managed to get back in the air. See he's isolated from his friends though, so I charge back in, trying to get the cold ones in to do as much damage as possible. But here come his brothers and sisters just to tear my dragon apart, piece by piece. As you can see, I'm just about clinging on here at the points at the top. The chariots charge in the back, make minimal impact though, and just charge into a big old wall of flesh. As my dragon goes down, cold ones start to break. You see my opponent, that one guy, takes the lead. There you go, guys, a valiant defeat. Let's go to the end stats there. So as you can see, guys, most of my troops got 0 kills. However, They were against big targets, so they were still getting the damage for me there. So very bravely fought by the Dread Spears. Now this was a madness game, it was very strange. Immediately I saw the opponent army, I thought, okay, one player here has gone a little bit crazy. It's fine, I can deal with them. But the betrayal in the side by the Tomb Kings, by the Karl Franz Emperor himself here, even when the Empire aren't playing, sorry, they're still getting smashed, which is nice to know. Malekith did very good for me, managed to get a lot of points, but those snipers managed to snipe him down, the sneaky Skaven. As you can see, with only 106 points, I still managed to get a lot of points, trying to take down those big targets, but it wasn't to be. Alright guys, well that's for this session. I'll be back in a couple of days with another replay, maybe 2, and I'm starting a campaign soon. So let me know who you want me to do for the campaign. I'm thinking it's mainly between Ittic Claw, the mad genius Skaven, as I try and plot and scheme an empire, or Tenor1, if I'm saying that correctly, who is a lizard man skink, who, my best way of describing him is for all the Game of Thrones fans out there, he is an absolute religious fanatic, much like a Melisandre or a High Sparrow. Apart from his opponent isn't dead men, it is rats. So let me know guys, I hope to hear from you all soon. Cheers for tuning in, peace.